started out as an apprentice of Dr. Jim Price. That was in 1987.
Yeah, I
Wow.
call him everything you forgot.
There you go. That's great. What motivated you to be a luthier?
Well, I already played music and I was interested. And at Naylor, there was a gentleman, an older gentleman that lives out in the country, a friend of mine. And he asked me one day, he heard I played music, and he said, "Won't you come out and see me? I make violins." So I went out there, and after I saw him, I thought, I've got to do that. And his name was Harold Beasley. And I asked him, I said, "Can you teach me?" He said, "No, I don't want to." You know? And I've told this story before, but I asked him, I said, "Well, how can I learn?" He said, "Buy a book." I said, "So, okay." So I bought a book and made my first fiddle. And I was really proud of it. You know, I spent a lot of time on that. And so I thought, I'm gonna take it out and show it to him. So I took it out there, he got it, looked it all over, and he said, "Not very good, is it?" So I just almost, you know, chin dropped, you know, and he started telling me everything was wrong with it. Well, you know, later on I realized he was trying to help me. On the next one I made, don't make the same mistakes.
I know it's a long time ago, it was 1987, but if there was one thing that you learned that sticks with you, that you carried out of that apprenticeship?
Well, of course, the use of old tools that I'd never used before. That, I still can't sharpen one of them, he knows that.
We still sharpen them still. And a lot of times we still join.
Another thing is patience, I think, you know.
Yeah.
I'd want to do a shortcut and he wouldn't let me.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "No, yeah, here's how you do it." And then, I thought I could do it maybe in 5 minutes, and he said, "No, you know, it'd take an hour, you know, to do it the way you want to do it." But that's what I learned that too. Patience mainly.
Was there a particularly challenging part of the apprenticeship for you?
Yeah, doing it his way. That's challenging. Yeah, it was really challenging, all of it, because I'd never done it before. Really, it takes a lot of patience to do good work. And he said something one time, he said, and it stuck with me, I tell all my apprentices, it's easy to take wood off, but it's hard to put it back on. So make sure when you take that wood off that it's right.
Mm-hmm.
Because at a certain point, you just have to throw it away and start over. If you don't do that, it's hard to put it back on.
Mm-hmm.
He told me that, and I think it stuck with me.
I think that's a pretty good motto.
It's a good motto, it really is.
Of any
you know.
sort.
It's a lot easier to take it off than put it on.
I can see that.
But it's a good program, and like I said, it passes along skills that, well, like his skills, he's trying to pass on to me, and I hope I pass them on to my apprentices. Some of them. Of course, it's different tools. I don't use all hand tools like he does, so there is a difference
But you
there.
do use some.
I use some, you know, sure do. Hand planes, and especially the little thumb plane that I have, you know, I use that a lot. If you let a power tool can slip, you can mess up a lot of work, a lot easier than if you use a hand tool.
Mm-hmm.
Hand tool gives you a little bit of time to think about what's coming off and what's going to happen. And a power tool, drill press, band saw, skill saw, and all that. You make a mistake, it's usually pretty critical. So I learned that too.
Great. And now you were you were trying to raise your skills during that time. Is there anything that you learned through the apprenticeship about teaching others that stuck with you?
Yeah, I learned that it's good to be able to show them. You show them something and then have them do it. Like Jim did with me, he'd show me how to do something, then let me do it. And usually when I have an apprentice making a fiddle, I'll make one right along with them. There's a certain process you have to go through. You have to do this before you can do this, and right on down the line.
Is it the body first? The body of the violin?
You make the form first. That
The form?
You put, then you build the ribs around, build these ribs, or sides, some people call them, around that form. Because every fiddle, no matter how hard you try, they're a little bit different. You can't make the top and then put these on.
I see.
You gotta build this first, then this, you make the top to fit these. And the back same way. And also the curvature of the top,
Right.
you make it the same as the back. So there is a process.
Could you tell us a little bit about your apprenticeships with Luke and Daniel and
Okay.
the whole lot of them?
Well, like I said a while ago, Luke was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a little shop out behind the house. It used to be a chicken house. Turned it into a shop. There was hardly room for me and him both in there at the same time. But we managed. And Luke was a little older, but he was really interested. And as you know, he went on to make, like we said a while ago, bass fiddles. Then I think he got an apprentice and taught them how to do it. Daniel was the second, and he was probably, what, 14, 15?
Yeah, 13 or 14.
Yeah, he was young whenever I had him, but being a farm boy, he had skill, he had skills, and he was a fast learner. I could just show him something, he'd pick it right up. I remember when we were setting the sound post inside the fiddle, I told him, I said, now Daniel, this is hard. I'll take it. He put that thing and just set it up just like that, and I thought, I said, it may take you an hour to set this thing up, it took him 5 minutes. But I built one right alongside him, and he worked on mine, and he'd do the same thing on his. That helps.
Can you think of what you felt was most important to teach your apprentices?
Well, the use of the tools, but mainly the process. I'd say the process is the main thing, learning to do this thing before you go to that, and get this one right before you do that one, because if you don't get this one right, that one's going to be wrong. I think mainly the process of doing it is the main thing I told them.
What does the master-apprenticeship relationship mean to you then and now?
The apprenticeship or the master?
Both. The
Okay.
relationship between the
Oh
two.
my goodness, well, I might could learn what I'm doing on my own without the apprenticeship, but I don't think so. It'd been a lot harder. Jim gave me the basic knowledge of what I needed to do. It wasn't exactly what he taught me, but it's still, and I think it gives you confidence to try it. And that's what I told all my apprentices too, that you're going to have the confidence now that if somebody has a fiddle that's need repairing, you know you can do it. Because if you build one, you can sure repair it. And if you build one from scratch like they did, well, you know every little part of that instrument. And that, I think, is one of the biggest things, the process and the knowing that you can do it and giving confidence that you can do it, building confidence.
Well, I want to thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure to work with you through the years. And very much enjoyed this and really enjoyed your concert today. It was really, I always love your music, but you sounded just, awesome today.
I'm on my way to those mansions far, over in the glory land. I long to be by my Savior's side.